Welcome, my friend.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another remastered fanfic. The moment Order 66 was given, the newly anointed Sith Lord Darth Vader invaded the Jedi Temple, with the 501st Legion behind him. Unfortunately, we didn't get much from the movie of what happened in the temple, just the security recording that Obi-Wan and Yoda witnessed. And that scene was supposed to be much darker rather than a hologram. But thanks to the Kenobi series and the Book of Boba Fett, we got flashbacks of the attack on the temple. During the attack, Ahsoka Tano is on the Tribunal, en route to Coruscant to deliver Maul to the Jedi. Then, Order 66 would happen. But what if Ahsoka got to Coruscant quicker? Do you think Anakin would have come to his senses, or do you think that he would kill her? Before we go any further, I had one more thing to say. If we get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I will do a Force FX Elite Lightsaber giveaway. It'll be any lightsaber of your choosing. When we get to 20,000 by the end of the year, I'll lay out the rules for you to win one. Now, let's begin. The Tribunal exited hyperspace and arrived on the Republic's capital of Coruscant. A shuttle would land at the Jedi Temple. Ahsoka, Rex, and Jesse would bring out the captured Maul. They would be greeted by Shaak Ti, along with a few Jedi Temple guards. The guards and the clones would escort Maul down to the lower levels of the temple and place Maul in a cell. Ahsoka would ask Shaak Ti where Anakin was and that she needed to speak with him immediately. She would inform Ahsoka that Anakin had just left for the Chancellor's office, but he would return soon. Ahsoka and Shaak Ti would walk through the halls of the temple, and she would ask Ahsoka if she considered rejoining the Jedi Order. Ahsoka was still conflicted about rejoining because of the Order's deep involvement in politics, and it's exactly why the public lost faith in the Jedi. They were soldiers rather than peacekeepers. Ahsoka reminds herself of what the Jedi truly stand for, and their commitment to peace and democracy. She told Shaak Ti that she couldn't promise anything, but she will consider it. Then Ahsoka would see familiar faces. It would be the younglings she took to Ilum to retrieve their kyber crystals in the Clone Wars. Petro, Gungi, Zat, Biff, and Katuni. Shaak Ti would excuse herself and return to her quarters, as Ahsoka and the younglings get reacquainted after such a long time. Later that night, Ahsoka was telling them everything she's been doing ever since she left the Order. From the Martez sisters, which the younglings got bored with as they should, to the siege of Mandalore. The younglings were impressed on how Ahsoka was able to defeat Darth Maul. Ahsoka would then feel a huge tremor in the Force. They all started to hear explosions and blaster fire. The temple was under attack. Ahsoka would tell the younglings to remain calm. Petro, being the hothead he is, wanted to go out there to find out what's going on. Ahsoka told him and the others to head straight to the council chambers and seal themselves inside, and let her find out what's happening. The younglings agreed. Ahsoka went to the main levels of the temple, and she saw 1,000 clone troopers attack the temple. Many Padawans, knights, and masters have been killed. Ahsoka would try to contact Rex, but there was no response. She would sense a familiar presence nearby. She would look below to see Anakin Skywalker, his lightsaber activated and clones behind him. Something felt wrong about his presence. The Force moved darkly around him. Ahsoka realized he was the one leading the rampage. In Skywalker's path, there was a few younglings that he intended to kill. Ahsoka would drop down and land in between Anakin and the younglings. As the clones were about to open fire, Anakin ordered them to stand down.
Anakin, what are you doing?
Anakin said nothing. He had a cold look on his face. The only sound was the whimpering of the younglings and Anakin's lightsaber humming.
Say something.
Ahsoka was trembling as she stared at Anakin, with tears going down her face.
Sky Guy, it's me. You can tell me anything. What's going on?
Anakin would look at Ahsoka in the eye. He was obviously conflicted by his actions, but it was all for Padme. At this moment, she was the only person who mattered right now. He would burn Coruscant to the ground if it meant saving her life.
Step aside, Snips. Now.
Ahsoka was chilled to the bone. As Anakin moved forward, she would take his hand and stop him in his tracks.
Stop now. This isn't the Sky Guy I know.
I won't lose her the way I lost my mother. You can't stop me from saving Padme. Like the Jedi did. Palpatine has the power to save her. I'm doing this for her.
Ahsoka's eyes widened and her heart melted. In some twisted way, Anakin destroying the Jedi would save Padme, but save her from what? Ahsoka would then hear Maul's voice in her head.
He has long been groomed for his role as my master's new apprentice.
He was right about Anakin and how he was groomed to be Palpatine's apprentice. Anakin took another step as the younglings cowered in fear. Then Ahsoka quickly ignited her lightsabers and went into a Gemso stance.
No, I'll die before I let you harm the younglings.
So be it.
Ahsoka cried. She knew there was no way to defeat him, especially not now. She rushed towards him as lightsabers clashed and sparks flew. The two engaged in a saber lock. Ahsoka saw the conflict in Anakin's eyes. There was no way he could be saved.
Anakin, please don't do this. This isn't the way. Padme wouldn't want this.
Anakin broke the saber lock and kicked her in the chest. Ahsoka quickly got up as the younglings were behind her.
This is the only way.
The two would continue to duel. It's been said by Dave Filoni that Ahsoka couldn't bring Vader back in Rebels, so it shouldn't be any different in this story. Ahsoka would then hit Anakin's shoulder. In a fit of rage, Anakin would press the attack and then use the Force to throw Ahsoka against the pillar. She fell to the floor as Anakin approached the younglings. He would ask himself, could he actually do it? After all, the younglings were nothing more but orphans. They had no friends or family. Anakin would be doing them a huge favor. Ahsoka was on the floor as Anakin was about to strike them all down.
Anakin, don't!
But it was too late. Anakin cut through the younglings, every single one of them. Ahsoka cried. She couldn't believe her eyes. Who was this monster who was once someone who she considered as a big brother? Anakin turned to Ahsoka as Commander Rex and Jesse arrived on the scene.
Rex, Jesse, where have you been?
Awaiting orders, my lord.
Nothing was said as Anakin faced Ahsoka. She would face Anakin. The man she knew was gone forever.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't have stayed in my way.
Ahsoka closed her eyes as Anakin would raise his lightsaber. He would then strike her down. This would only make him hate the Jedi more because of what they forced him to do. Cut down one of his closest allies.
The other younglings ran towards the council chambers, sir.
They will be dealt with. Find Maul and take him to the Chancellor. He'll deal with him.
Anakin said as he proceeded to the council chambers to deal with the remaining younglings. The rest of the events of Revenge of the Sith would play out the same way as it did in the movie. He'd visit Padme after his attack on the temple and travel to Mustafar to wipe out the Separatist leaders. Obi-Wan would strike Anakin down and he would become the mechanical monster we know as Darth Vader. I really hope that you've enjoyed this remastered story compared to the old one. I deleted both of the old videos because of the crappy audio, how unrealistic it was, and most of all, it was stupid to put in some nice vibe music into part 1 when the whole story was supposed to be very dark. I really hope we get more scenes of the temple attack as we did with the Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi. Hopefully, we'll get more flashbacks when the Ahsoka series is good and ready. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story. I really love doing these. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about this scenario? Do you think Anakin could have taken Ahsoka alive instead? Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Become a Join member today for only $2.99 a month to get awesome perks like early access to videos and discounted merch. Speaking of which, please do check out the merch store. All proceeds go towards post-production for my Star Wars fan film, The Fallen Apprentice, as well as another film that I have in the pre-production stages. Have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you.